Hey, 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 what's going on? All right. So, anyway, I'm going to just start. Whoever comes in can always hit the rewind button. So, first off, I want to shout out all my day ones. Shout out to you because you're always there all the time. And shout out to all the people that are new coming to visit NBT, nothing but the Truth Guys motherfucking Chronicles. So today we are going to be doing a reading that is focused on what life will be like after 3 to 6 months after, the COVID. From now, well, from after COVID on out. Let's see what we have learned from this situation, what we are gonna change in this situation, what we plan to change, how are we gonna be with our kids, how are we gonna be with our elders, all that goodness. Hi, Miss Powers, how are you? um so we can, let's look forward to making some pretty dope changes. I hope that we've all learned some pretty dope shit from being in this situation and having to just stop and getting ourselves and getting our thoughts and getting in our environments. Hi, Amanda, how you doing? Mind you, shout out to Jamie B because this particular topic was her idea, being that I was having a brain freeze moment and I couldn't think of what I wanted to do a reading about. So let's get to the business. So, because we are going to be talking about the collective, and yes, guys, I did all my opening prayers for all of us as I always do for time's sake. I just did it before I got on camera. Um, but yeah, we're going to talk about whatever the collective energy pulls down. So, we're not going to select a base card for this reading. All right. So what I'm gonna do is go in the time frames. So first off, let's talk about what can we expect to be an identifier when we are at the end of this particular pandemic. Now, tarot has never really been one for time, but there are certain methods that will allow us to get some kind of time frame, some kind of reference. So first off, let's see if we can come up with a time frame or a reference for when we will be able to identify when we are at the end of this pandemic here. Actually, and I'm holding my deck the wrong way. Oh, just ducky. So what this is talking about is, first off, our country being, one of the more money driven societies. We have been very reckless, and not saying you or one person, but the collective here have been extremely reckless and destructive and resistant and separate. And this is why you see the chariot, like outside of the chariot, meaning being pulled in two different directions. If you really tune in, you'll see that we got the black and white, which is always a major topic here in the wonderful land of America. We are the only human species that even really subscribe to color. So, the collective energy and the Most High Creator is saying, listen, when we start to realize that we've been reckless and very destructive and separate, when we know we will be coming to the end of this pandemic. Us realizing that means that we would be making a change. Okay, that will mean that because we realize that we do start to come together, we do start to be less destructive and resistant toward each other and resistant towards the earth. So that's where we need to be. And that's what we need to see happening. And that will let us know that we are near the end of the pandemic. So, now, what will life be like about a month after the pandemic has ended? What will be the collective's main focus? Let's see. So it's showing that a month after, we're going to have a lot of rebuilding to do. And that need to rebuild and get back into the flow of life, that's gonna put a nice little bit of stress on us all, because it's gonna be like nothing and then slingshot it back into life. But on top of that, we have an issue here with a king that is sitting in two different energies. Okay, so by nature he is extremely aggressive. This dude is just cold, but he presents himself to the world like he is just for the people. He really believes that he is loved, that he is royalty, that he can't be touched. He just think he is the it, and that's what the hell he puts on to the world. And so when you're doing a read in this sense, you would look at the kings as representing your government, your leader. And so we will be having a nice focus on him, because it seems that he's going to be in a situation where he's changing things, making things extremely stressful. So let's see what details we can get on that, so we can try to avoid this stress as much as possible a month after the pandemic. Okay, and so it's showing that there is, this. It's showing that the leader is coming through with very reckless behavior. But it also shows that it is very possible that he may be walking away from the office. And it's showing here a woman sitting in the seat. Very interesting here. Very interesting. So that's deep. It's also showing the Ace of Wands. So this is somebody who's got experience in this kind of environment already. So don't be surprised if little Miss Hillary pops back up in the game. Like, I am not out the game, but I know there is a female that is trying to get their behind in this seat. Ooh, that's gonna be steep. So I guess we'll be starting to hear whispers around that in about a month after the pandemic. So let's get into month number 2. The second month after the pandemic. What will the collective be focused on? I'm holding my cards in the wrong direction. So we got the 3 of Cups, we got the King of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, and Justice. And so we're going to definitely have ourselves focused on somebody who we are going to be celebrating. This is showing a leader that is an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or carries the energy of an earth sign. It also can represent somebody that is tall and dark and very handsome. It's showing here a lot of us holding on to a lot of, emotion. And so, and having this desire to want justice but can't get it because we're not focused on the right things. So what the cards is telling us is that, listen, our focus needs to be on coming together for the things that are good, letting go of all of the past shenanigans, and just balancing out on our own lives and getting back into what we need to get back into. The thing that's dope about the tarot is that you can get so much out of one thing. So let's see what else we're going to be dealing with in the second month after. Oh, thank you. YNW Melly. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Give me 1 second. I can do a live about that. But you're gonna have to give me a call. 917-300-1683. It's in the description. You can call me when you see me get off of here. Alright, so let's get into the second month. Okay, so in the second month, we will be in way better energy. We'll definitely be tapped in, to the Mother Earth. We'll definitely be in an energy of working together and coming together. And, we're going to be very guarded about the system that we're in, and what our rights are. Is going to be a whole lot of standing together going on, and a whole lot of fighting for the earth. And I'm not saying that in a violent way. I'm saying that as far as how we start to see life and where we live and how we treat where we live. Hi, IP Legal. What is going on? It's also showing that, we'll definitely be in the position of sowing seed, celebrating, bringing balance back in, focusing on family, focusing on wealth. So it shows us that by the second month, we will damn near be in the best energy that we have been in a very long time. So that is super duper duper dope. And so let's do some elaborating on, matter of fact, let's ask, how do we stay in that energy? The energy of building and creating and just being just joyous as hell as a whole collective. That's like a super dope energy. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. So what it's saying here is that, if we continue to stay steadfast on building from the position of love, and we really take a time to think about who we are going to follow, who are we going to make our leaders, who are we going to believe in, what are we going to work for, what are we living for. This is the things that's going to keep us in a position of life, actually. Like, I'm guessing a whole lot of good is going to come out of this collective damn stress we in right now. So that is a wonderful damn thing. So let's go into the fourth and the fifth. Yeah, we'll do both of those together, the fourth and the fifth. Alright, so fourth and the fifth. So first we're going to do the fourth. And so we got the 6 of Cups, the 7 of Cups, the 7 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. That's deep. That's a whole lot of stuff going on right there. So the 6 of Cups is about, being childish at times, but it's also about being stuck in the past. Not wanting to move on, not wanting to grow up. It's showing that, there's going to be a confusion. And there's also going to be lots of hard choices that people have to make. And it's going to be concerning what we find out about our government, our country, what we really stand for. This is going to be something that we're going to have to really tread lightly through. But we are really going to have a lot of questions, and we're going to be trying to make some really difficult decisions individually and as a collective in the 4th month, which is still not a bad thing at all. Now, we got this Knight of Wands energy and this Queen of Swords. Knight of Wands usually representing the fire signs of Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries, where the Queen of Swords represents the air signs, and that's usually the Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And so, when we look at it in the collective, we're looking at this surge of energy that flows through the collective, that have everybody at a point where, okay, we're not taking no more shenanigans from nobody on the planet. Like, enough is enough. We have stood around, done nothing, acted like we didn't see nothing long enough, and things is looking like not right. And so you're going to see people start to talk about what this whole country is built up on. Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it left? Everybody's going to have everything in question, and it's about time that we do that. But we have to do that as a reasonable collective of human beings, with our minds, not with weapons and foolery. So I'm going to do one more line on 4. Yeah. So we have one group of people that, function and move with their emotions. And, it's a lot of fighting amongst this group. It's a lot of that water sign energy here. When you're dealing with the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, you're dealing with the Scorpio, the Cancer, and the Pisces, all of the water signs. And so you got, one side dealing with the emotions, and then you got the other side, this feminine principle. This is the earth here. This is, the very country, as we look at the country as a she, not a male. Where everybody is functioning off of emotion, and people are going to feel like, it's time for us to, really take a time out to figure out which way we need to go as a whole entire world of humans. It's like, listen, people, what are we gonna do to get it together? We can't keep living in this same cycle attached to the same things. So looks like we're gonna be getting some growing going on. I didn't know the camera hopped off for y'all, so let me see if I can fix it for you, so y'all can keep seeing the cards. I don't know how much of the cards you missed, but yeah, I know when I get to reading, I'll be in my zone. Alright, so let's get into the 5th. Again, oops. And one of my cards flipped. I got it. I know why y'all always see the camera flip off of y'all and y'all don't even call me. What's wrong with y'all today? Alright, so we got the Magician, we got the Hangman, 2 of Wands, Page of Cups, Page of Wands. So there go that water and fire energy again. And this is going to be about us as a collective manifesting. Okay? We got the Hangman, where we start to see things from a different position. But also, it can also mean feeling stuck. So we're going to look more into that. And I'm saying that because it got the 2 of Wands, which is definitely about needing to make some choices and being extremely stuck with what choices we're gonna make. Is it gonna be the collective move for love, or is it gonna be the collective want to fight and go to war? Which one is it gonna be? But we can't have both pieces of the pie. So let me get some more details on what we are seeing differently, or why are we feeling like we are stuck or being sacrificed, because that's what the hangman is all about. Okay, we about to really have some real stories to tell. We gonna be like how our great grandparents was, where they had real stories to tell. Like, we about to have a real history coming up. So let's see. So this is when it's showing the collective start to follow their intuition. It's going to be more of us that are able to tap in. It's going to be more of us that are just like, you know what, if my gut say go right, I'm going right. If my intuition say go left, I'm going left without question. You know, and this is when we are going to start to want to build for real. Now we're going to want to start building and being in control of ourselves, our money, our lives, whatever direction we want to be in. And it's going to be a lot of us in the collective who seem to be bored. And those who are bored, I'm going to tell you right now, or those who are not building and creating, is because you are having a blocked, your energy is blocked. You know, how you perceive the reality is blocked. Because in all actuality, whatever you want, you can have. The only time you can't have it is when you tell yourself that you can't have it. It's just that simple. It's not rocket science. You know, and so there's going to be one group that's here building. And there's going to be another group that's here, you know, stagnated, bored, stuck, not making any changes. They'll be holding on to their one coin, but hi, all eyes on me. What is going on, love bug? It ain't gonna be what they think it is. So now let's talk about the 6th month, and what we are gonna be dealing with. Well, wait, let me do one more row in the 5th month though, because that's kind of interesting. Okie doke. So in the 6th month, you got the 2 of Pentacles, Strength, 6 of Pentacles, the Empress, and the 7 of Wands. So this is, you know, a very earth-driven energy. This is about here on earth. And this is about us regaining balance, us being strong and fighting through situations, us making a decision to help each other, and, you know, be there for each other fairly, you know. And when you bring in the Empress, this is about us giving back to the very earth that we live on, us, you know, refraining from doing things that can possibly be harmful, you know, and also realizing that your experience is a blessing. It's not something that you take for granted. And, you know, we tend to do that sometimes. And there goes the cell phone again. I'm gonna have to get a camera, y'all. But y'all know my readings always got a glitch in the matrix. It's just a part of my lifespan, baby. Alright, so let's see what's going on in the 6th month. Shout out to all of you who are watching me. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, if you have not gotten a NBT Sky read, and then you might as well get on your phone and text me all your info and get your first time subscriber reading $15. Okie dokie smokies. So let's do the 6th month after the COVID. Ooh. Okay, so 6 months after the COVID. This is when the dust starts to settle, okay? People are going to be able to start re-evaluating, settling, being calm, really looking at things for what it is, okay? And a lot of people are going to be dealing with their emotions. They're going to be dealing with losing family members, losing friends, losing work, losing houses, losing cars. There, people are going to be losing a lot, and they are going to be way in their emotions. Okay. This is talking about, this being a necessary change. Things changing is not something that we can control. These things are necessary universal changes, and we have to respect that this is how this goes. We also have to respect that we are not the bosses here. We did not create this spot. We are being allowed to enjoy it for a time and then move on. Okay, so these are things that a lot of people in the 6 month are going to be coming into realizing. Let's see what else we got. We got the 10 of Wands, the Fool, 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. And so this is talking about, having a burden to carry. We are going to have a lot of cleaning up to do, a lot of getting it together to do, a lot of standing together as an entire collective to do. We are going to be having to start over. Okay? And the 3 of Pentacles is about everybody coming together. This is about growth. This is about creating. This is about building. This is about learning and working together. Everybody's going to have to work together. Everybody's going to have to get through whatever they lost, their little heartbreaks, the things they had to separate from. It just has to happen. And this is when it's going to start happening in about the 6th month. So, it has to happen. And then we have the Emperor, we have the Temperance, and we have the Hierophant. So, the Wheel, the Lovers, 5 of Swords. Okay. So, also in this month, we're going to be still looking on to the government, trying to find out how they're going to get themselves back in balance. Okay, because we do not want the repeat of the shenanigans that were going on. We don't want to have to be in a situation where we're fighting and arguing and this, that, and the third. Okay, but understand that this government will try to pull some bullshit that will have us out here going to freaking war with each other like we ain't got no damn sense. So I hope people are awake and aware enough to know that anything you hear on the fake media is exactly what it is, the fake media. Know that and understand it. Do not let these fools trigger a mass separation amongst us, because once we have done that, that is the end of the game. They have won. Period. So, last 3 cards. What is the last tree on this line here? Exactly. Oh, it's 4 cards actually. That's good. 2 of Cups, Ace of Swords, 4 of Swords, 10 of Swords. So what it is talking about is ultimately, at the end of this 6 months, we need to have made a really important choice. And the important choice is this. 2 of Cups. Either all of y'all idiots on the globe are going to find a way to coexist and come together, or y'all asses are going to be out here going to war, fighting each other, and destroying your environment. So this is literally Mama Earth and the Creator coming together, kicking ass to say, listen, we are trying to push y'all across the finish line so that you fools can wake up and evolve as a collective, because y'all niggas done got left back in school 20 times. Okay? But if you guys make a choice other than coming together, y'all are gonna be in for the worst and the last and the only and the final ass whipping that you will ever get, because after it is over, nobody will exist. Period. This is very true. That is the one truth that he has told. And he told some other truths in between there. You got to get a man credit. Even though he's a piece of SHI and T's, as far as a human, You gotta respect a man that has made a decision right, wrong, and indifferent. The point is that he stuck by all of the things that he said he was gonna do. Okay, whether he was right, wrong, and indifferent. But you gotta respect a man that stand by their word. But that don't mean you gotta like him, and that damn shit don't mean that you gotta want him to be your president. Okay, it don't even mean you got to vote. So let me see. The last 3 rows I'm gonna throw is gonna be talking about what can we do as a collective to change the overall outcome of the direction that we're in, because apparently we're in the wrong damn direction. If the earth and the creator is saying, listen, y'all either gonna get it together or we gonna get rid of y'all. Thank you. And so, that's a problem. We need to get it together then. And we need to get it together quickly. And I don't know how we're gonna do that, but we need to do it. I should. So let's see. What do we need to do? So the first row is the Ace of Wands, Justice, the High Priestess, and the Hermit. And what it's talking about is action, creation, passion, energy, okay? Balance and fairness, dealing with your intuition, educating yourselves, being willing to go on the roller coaster so that you can get the damn knowledge in the first place. Okay? So, this is one of the things that we need to be doing as a collective so that we can get through this period and actually come together. Because a lot of our issues are the lack of knowledge or lack of understanding that gets us in trouble with the Creator in the first place. So the second thing we need to be focused on is balancing out how we live in this world, balancing out the things that we manifest in this world, balancing out, what we are working for, what are our physical attachments and weaknesses that we need to get out the way. Everyone has them, whether it's judging yourself or judging others, whether it's being isolated or following everybody else. Whatever the case of the story may be, nonetheless, everybody is stuck in his flesh right now, and so we are bound to it and antagonized by it. How are we going to become the bosses of our flesh while we are here and stop letting our flesh tell us what we're going to eat, what we're going to do, when we're going to break down? Our minds are powerful enough to combat that shenanigans and deal with. So, what is the third thing we need to do as a collective to get out of damn trouble? Okay. And so the death card comes up because this is you're going to change this. Yes, he is. But this death card is saying you're going to release this old habit. You're going to release the way y'all used to think, the things you talk about, the things you focus on, and you're going to begin to mature as you need. Because again, if you don't, 10 of Swords, it's going to be a really bad whooping. Okay? This is going to be a permanent dismissal. Galactic goodbye. Like, if there is a galactic confederation, well, they are giving us an F on the goddamn report card, and they hitting the red button on our asses. Understood? Understood. I'm glad we all understood. What is the fourth thing that the collective need to understand and focus on so that we can have the overall outcome of coming together? Right. The last thing that we need to understand is that being reckless and mischievous and greedy and selfish and all of those things, those worldly things, and focusing on things that are not important, okay, kind of violating and robbing the earth, in so many ways. This is talking about, a young worldly individual who don't give a shit about nothing but me, my, I, and gimme, 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 gimme. You understand? And they take until the well has run dry. And then when the well has run dry, now they want to cry me a river like Justin Timberlake and be stressed the hell out. Okay? And so that's what that is talking about. It's talking about, we need to refrain from that behavior. Most importantly, and that landing on top of the death, the card, the road with the death, and the Six of Swords solidifies that me, my, I, gimme, 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 my, gimme, 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 can I have, that shit got to stop. As a whole entire earth. It ain't just Americans, it's not just white people, it's not just black people, it ain't just Reese's monkeys, whatever the hell. It's everybody running around on this me, I, gimme energy, and it needs to go sit down somewhere. Simple as that. And so I'm gonna do one last row. Final to do on the to-do list. Knight of Cups, Strength, Five of Swords, Queen of Cups. And so this is talking about growing in the love frequency. Growing in the love frequency. Standing for the things that are right. Not being weak because you scared that somebody may do something to you or talk about you or take your little $5 an hour away or whatever. It's about learning how to stand up for, what's right, and learning how to stand up for the very earth that you live on. You see shit ain't right on this earth, what you gonna do about it? Because we can all sit here and complain and do YouTube documentaries, but if all we doing with YouTube documentaries and conversation is spreading it across the damn airwaves and not physically doing anything, then how could you manifest any type of change? Well, that's what that's talking about. That is the lastest thing on the list to do. Learn to start radiating in the love frequency. Learn to start standing up for the things that you believe in. And, not letting these systems bully you out of doing what the hell is right. The morals and guidelines that were provided to you by your parents. That's what this conversation is about. Exactly, ladies and gents. Exactamundos. Exactly. Darn, I missed a lot. Y'all was really having a good conversation, huh? I can dig it. Look at y'all. Y'all are too much. So... Oh, you up the hook. Yes, girly, I am going to get up off of this thing too. But I wanted to make sure that I gave all of you this reading because it was definitely a dope topic to touch on. And once again, shout out to Jamie B who came up with this particular idea because, like I told you guys, I was on brain freeze mode. So, but I liked that topic. It was very interesting. And it definitely brought a lot of things for us to think about to the table. Yep. Yes, guys. So I'm getting off of this thing. If you guys are interested in getting a reading, then you already know, right? 917-300-1683. Full name, email, telephone number, date of birth. If you're a first-time subscriber, $15 for 15 minutes. You already know. Text me and I will send you the link. I hope all of you have a wonderful night. The next time that I talk to you, I will be talking to you from another place. Or wait till you see it. Oh, and tonight, before I go to bed, I will try to remember to upload my little trip to Cali. Damn, that was like last year. After Nipsey passed away, right after. And show you what the marathon footage area really look like. So stay tuned for that. I will post it in the community. It's gonna probably go to members only first because they get 24 hours before everyone else, but 24 to 48 hours before everybody else. But it'll be up there, I promise. Talk to you later. Love y'all. Be good and good night.